You ready for my life, can't say that, girl. Don't tell me you can say that shit. All she want is payback for the way I always play that shit. You ain't getting nothing that I'm saying. Don't tell me you nothing like them other motherfuckers.
This is Springtrap behind the slaughter. So today I'm coming at you with another updated deck profile. Today I have the Black Rose deck profile. So let's get... Whoops, my bad, guys. Let's get right into it, alright? Okay, so first, I run one World of Carolate Champion. And then next, for World Carolate Champion, if this card's in your graveyard, you can send one plant monster from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard and special summon this card from your graveyard. Now next, I play Blue Rose Dragon, which is you only play one of this card when this card is on the field. When this card is on the field, it is destroyed and sent to the graveyard. You can target one Black Rose Dragon or one plant monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Now next I run two Evil Swarm Mandragora. Now Evil Swarm Mandragora, if your opponent controls more monsters than you can special summon this card. Now next, I play three White Rose Dragon. Now, White Rose Dragon is very good when this card is normal summon, special summon a Rose Dragon type monster from your hand or graveyard. And if you control a Dragon Tuner or a Plant Tuner, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a synchro material, send one level 4 or higher plant monster from your deck to your graveyard. Now next, I play the two Protoplant or the Scorpion. It's very good. When this card is normal or special summon, you can send one monster from your hand to the graveyard and special summon one Protoplant monster from your deck, except Protoplant or the Scorpion. You can only use this effect once per turn. Then next I also play three Red Rose Dragon. Now the Red Rose Dragon, you can special summon... if this card is sent to the graveyard for a synchro material, you can special summon one Rose Dragon monster from your hand or deck, except Red Rose Dragon. If this card is sent to the graveyard for synchro material of Black Rose Dragon or a plant synchro monster, you can also add one Frozen Rose or one Blooming of the Darkest Rose from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. The next I run Protoplant Darlington Cobra. It's basically something you'd be searching for your fusion cards for later on. Now next, I will play the three Rose Girls. If a face-up plant monster you control is sent to the graveyard, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this plant monster is on your field and this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card from your graveyard to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. Now next, here's your guys' big thing. You run three Ash Blossoms. Everybody should know what that is if you're just getting into it. Alright, now next I play three Dark Rose. If a tuner monster is special summoned, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can send one card from your hand or field to the graveyard and place this card at the top or bottom of your deck. This card's only a once per turn effect. Alright, Lone Fire Blossom, you can basically tribute this card and special summon one plant type monster from your deck. This will help you very good. This will help you a lot if you don't have the cards you're trying to search for. Now next, by the way, 3 copies of almost a lot of these cards. Some of them are 2. So I run one copy plant. Once per turn, if you can select one face-up plant tuner, plant monster on the field, this card's level becomes the level of the selected monster until the end phase. Now next I run Spore. This card's very good if it's in your graveyard, so you can play one plant monster from your graveyard, special summon this card, and this card his level is increased. Jet Synchron, yes, I know everybody, this is banned, but in order for me to have this deck to run good, I need to run Jet Synchron in this deck. Alright, everybody, time to move on to the spell cards. Alright, I won 1 instant fusion. This card you have to pay 1,000 life points, which I'll show you the reason why we're running this card. 1 for 1, very good to try to get your Jet Synchron into the graveyard or other monsters that you need. Foolish Burial, basically send any monster from your deck to the graveyard. Monster Reborn, target 1 monster in either player's graveyard and special summon it. And yes, everybody, I know, Call by the Grave is limited by 1, but for me to run this deck, I want to run it by 3. Especially, you don't have to really follow the rules of the ban list. You can choose to do that, but that's your guys' thing, so. But, for this effect, if many of you don't know it, target 1 monster in your graveyard, banish it. Target 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard, my bad. And banish it if you do, its effects are negated. As well as the activated effects and the effects on the field of a monster with the same original name. Next I also play 3 Frozen Rose. Send one face-up monster you control to the graveyard. Apply these effects depending on the type of it. If it's plant during the end phase, you can draw 2 cards and then discard 1 card during the end phase if it's a plant. Non-plant, add a level 1, add 1 level 4 or lower plant monster from your deck to your hand. Now next I play Black Garden. It's kind of a so-so card. If a monster is normal or special summon face up, except that by the effect of a Black Garden, have its attack, then it's a controller the controller of that monster special summons 1 Rose token, plant type, plant dark, level 2, attack 800, defense 800 to their opponent's field in attack position. And then you can target 1 monster in the graveyard with the attacks to the total of attacks of all plant monsters destroyed this card as many plant monsters on the field as possible. Then if you destroy all of them, special summon that target monster. Alright everybody, down to the 1 trap I have, Blooming of the Darkest Rose. Special summon 1 Rose token, plant, level 2, attack 800, defense 800 in defense mode, face up on the field, combined numbers of the cards on the field zones and field spells in the graveyard. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 Black Rose or plant type monster in your graveyard, banish it. And if you do, during the end phase, return that banished monster to the field. During the next standby phase. Alright everybody. What up? Alright guys. I won 1 Crossroads Dragon. During the main phase, quick effect, you contribute this card to 1 plant monster from your graveyard, special summon 1 plant, 1 Rose Synchro monster or 1 plant Synchro monster from your extra deck. This card is treated treated as a synchro summon. So I can keep using it to then. If a monster you control is destroyed by card effects, while this card is in your graveyard, during the damage step, you can banish this card, special summon 1 Rose Dragon monster from your graveyard. You can only use the effect of that once per turn. Barlow Sword Dragon, I'm using this from a friend right now, until if he actually decides if he can trade it to me, which probably would be never. And then, okay, so this card cannot be destroyed by battle once per turn, except in a quick effect, you can target 1 attack position monster, change it to defense position. Also, this card can make a second attack during each battle. The battle phase's turn, your opponent, when this card declares an attack on a face-up monster, you can activate this effect until the end of this turn. This card gains the attack equal to the monster's current attack. So, half of it. And if it does, that monster's attack is halved. I also play Herald of the Arc Light. Any monsters sent from the hand or main deck to the graveyard is banished instead. When a spell or trap card is activated, or a monster effect is activated, a quick effect, you contribute this card and negate the activation. The next I play one Garden Rose Maiden. It's very good when when this card special summon, you can add one Black Garden from your deck to your graveyard to your hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard and target one Rose monster or Dragon Synchro monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Queen of the Rose, this is very good. Each player must pay 1,000 life points for each normal summon or special summon monster, except for plant monsters. Splendid Rose. Once returned, you can banish one plant monster from your graveyard, then target one face-up monster. One face-up card your opponent controls have the attack until the end phase. During the battle phase of this card attacks, you can banish one plant monster from your graveyard. This card's attack until the end of this card's attack until the end of this turn. If you do, make a second attack during this battle phase. And then I run 3 Black Rose Dragons. Main card that you run. Then next I run 1 Clearwing Synchro Dragon, which is basically a negate for any if a monster is activated and its effect is if that monster is level 7. This card will basically return a lot of your opponent's monsters if it's level 5 or higher, or if this card is special summoned. Either special summoned or if your opponent controls a level 5 or higher monster. Then Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, its name becomes Red Dragon Archfiend when it's on the field, and you can destroy as many special summoned effect monsters this turn with less attack or equal to this card's attack. Then next I have Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. This will be your big negate card. Then Trishula, the Dragon of the Ice Barrier, which will allow you to banish one card from one each from your hand deck, from the hand, deck, or graveyard of your opponent. If it's the hand, it's random. Thousand Eyes Restrict. That's the reason why we use Instant Fusion. And then I run the Dual Dragon token. All right, everybody. We might get into the how you play it with the deck. Alright everybody, now we're going to get into the deck combo strategy. Okay, with this hand right here, what you want to start with is Predaplant or the Scorpion. Scorpion's effect allows you to send a monster from your hand to the graveyard. So you would send Red Rose Dragon to the graveyard, and then you would special summon Predaplant, Darlington Cobra. Now, Cobra's effect allows you to add a instant fusion from your deck to your hand, because it's a polymerization or fusion spell, so you would add this to your hand. This is a combo of how you can get Black Rose Dragon out on the field fast. Alright, and then next, what you would do, you would activate Instant Fusion. Search in your extra deck for Crossroads Dragon. Then next, if I were you, I would link Predaplant, Darlington Cobra, and Crossroads Dragon. Alright, I didn't mean link summon. I mean you can send them to the graveyard and synchro summon, because this counts as a synchro summon for your Black Rose Dragon. So this is very good because since it counts as a synchro summon, basically nukes your opponent's entire field and it gives you the advantage. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to this channel, subscribe to my main channel. Alright.